Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. We have a large group coming along, and for those of you that know the drill, we'll wait for a couple of seconds for everyone to join us. Today we will be looking at Instagram and Facebook with regard to sales, and it's an extremely important topic, particularly at the moment. And I'm delighted that one of our board members, Mary Palmer, was very keen that we look at this and make it available for our clients. I'd like to say at the beginning that the Design Class Council, in conjunction with the local enterprise office, will be running an e-commerce bootcamp in the coming months. So keep an eye out for that, because we'd like as many of you as possible to apply. And there will be something for everyone, no matter what level you're at present. So less of me, and I would like to represent Rakky today. Rakky Curvelo is all the way from Sao Paulo in Brazil, came to Ireland to extend her master's studies in social media. And that was 3 or 4 years ago, and has stayed with us since. So she works for Matrix International. She's a journalist, first and foremost. So she does a lot of work on developing blogs and content. And I did a lot of research before choosing a speaker for today. I mean, as I always do, but she comes highly recommended. And apparently by the end of today, there won't be anything that we won't have been introduced to. So will you please take it away? Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very honored to be here presenting to you guys a bit of what we work with at Matrix Internet in regards to Facebook and to Instagram. And I'll be answering all your questions at the end of this webinar. For starters, I'd like to introduce Matrix to you guys and talk about a bit what we do there. So we are a UX and UI design agency. We also do front and back end development, and we do a lot of digital marketing. So SEO, PPC, social media, content marketing, everything in-house. We have a lot of very happy clients in our team, and we have a gigantic team of international people, loads of Irish people, loads of people for all sides of the world. We're really, really proud of this team. And well, that's it. Let's get to it. Well, as Emer already said, I am a content and social media specialist at Matrix. I've been working with content, with journalism, and with social media for the past 10 years and a bit more than that. And I do a bit of everything that is related to social media, digital marketing, journalism, PR, and well, that's it. But enough about me. Let's get it started. So those are some of the things that I'd like to discuss with you guys today. So I want to review some of the most important updates from Facebook and from Instagram in regards to sales. I'd like to share some insights on what's going on and what you need to do. And I'd like to start a conversation with your businesses about content strategy and why this is important in all digital channels. To start, I'd like to quote a research from the IE Tipping Point. It's a report that shows that Irish customers are spending a lot more online, and which Irish companies, ever since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, that report also shows that Irish SMEs, they are in need to press the advantage and to embrace the omni-channel approach. And 88% of Irish companies with online sales capability have noticed an increase in sales during the pandemic, and 77% of those said that this has been a positive change. All of those figures and loads of other figures from the IE report, they point towards the fact that we can't ignore anymore. We need to pay attention to our business and how our business communicates online, because our content is our soul. And speaking of that, I'd like to share a bit about this thought of like the content being our soul. Online and offline experiences in the minds of customers have been blended recently. And well, this works in the same way that life works. You don't really expect a friend of yours to forget your name or to forget your favorite dish or the last time you've talked. So research has been shown that people are starting to expect that same sort of dedication and the same sort of knowledge coming from companies, both in the online and in the offline spectrum. In the past, our relationship with companies were very, very different. We would pass in front of a shop and maybe look at the window, find something fun or find something that we like. We would walk in and we would buy it. If that shop was in our neighborhood or in some place that we know, we would like walk past again and again, and we would build a relationship with that company just because it was close to us, not because we cared about that or anything. Nowadays, we are building relationships with companies and maintaining these relationships, and the way we build relationships and maintain relationships with our friends and family, it's a mix of it's a mix in between online and offline interactions. We are always looking for the best price, but we are also looking for the companies that represent our values and the things that care the most, that are closest to our heart. Talking a bit more about COVID-19 and online sales, investing in online sales and investing in online platforms create more ways for us to generate revenue and to connect with customers that are there, and they have data to, and I have data to prove that. That's the perfect time for us to embrace the omni-channel approach and to invest more in our online presence, because that's the way we will bring more sales to our businesses, and mostly in a time like this. Some of other figures that we have to share today, it's that 46% of SMEs that have invested in online services during COVID-19 are busier than before. And another figure that I've researched for this presentation today is coming from Google, saying that 73% of the UK Christmas customers, they are open for purchasing with retailers that they haven't bought before. So they are ready to discover new companies, they're ready to discover new people, and they're ready to buy from those people. With all this in mind and thinking on an omni-channel approach, should we really expand our time and our efforts on Facebook and on Instagram? And also, I guess this is one of the questions that I most heard in my entire life with social media, dealing with social media. Does social media really drive sales? And I guess the easiest answer here is yes, of course. But there's a lot of ways to do things right, and there's a lot of ways to bring the sales to us. So according to Ipsos, to Google Ipsos again, comparing with other social media platforms, Facebook has the highest penetration rate in Ireland, and that's data from December 2019, so it's really recent data. And Facebook is again like giant, and they have they are the biggest and the first social media platform nowadays, but they are followed very, very close by Instagram with a 43% penetration in Ireland. Okay, it's good to remember that Facebook and Instagram are the same kind of family business, together with Oculus and with Facebook, and with WhatsApp. So again, building an online presence is not something that you should think about anymore. It's like your obligation. The trick here is to choose the correct platform and the platform that works best for you. Today, we will talk about Facebook and Instagram specific, but if your business or if your store has a better presence on other platforms, you should invest on those platforms as well. Okay, so starting with Facebook and Instagram shops. Those are very new data from Facebook and from Instagram. In June this year, Facebook have launched an update on their Facebook shop service. It was a service that was available before, but now they have loads of new resources and they have loads of new things that they put available for us to use. Having a Facebook shop means that you can choose the products that you want to feature in your shop from your website catalog, and then customize the look and feel of this shop with a cover image, with different colors, and with different ways to showcase your brand. After connecting your catalog from your website to your Facebook page, your products will both be available on Facebook and on Instagram, and then your customers will be able to see your products from there and purchase from your Instagram or from your Facebook page to your website. So currently, Facebook doesn't allow you to have a Instagram shop if you don't have a Facebook business page, because you need to connect the products from Facebook from your website to Facebook in order to showcase the products on Instagram. So it's a bit of a process. But there are tests in the US in which this whole process will be optimized. They are also running some tests that will allow people to buy directly from Facebook or directly from Instagram without like going to your website. Okay, so here I want to show you guys one of our clients at Matrix. This is their Instagram shop. And this is how it usually looks like. So after creating and configuring your shop, you can tag products on all your photos. That's valid both for Facebook and from Instagram as well. So then your clients will be able to click the product in your picture the same way they click a tag from a friend. They tag in a picture on Instagram, for instance. Well, while clicking this product, they will open a new page that will be your Facebook or your Instagram shop, and that page will show the prices and all the details you brought from your website to your Facebook page, and then your client will be able to click the product and go to your website to finalize the purchase process. So this shop that I just showed you guys is the Paraffin Store shop, and it looks exactly like that. So the products catalogs in their website, they connected that to their Facebook page, they uploaded the store on their Facebook page, connected the products both on Facebook and Instagram, tagged the products there, and that's it. The store is ready to go. Okay, just step by step on how to do this setup. It's available on Facebook, and it's like really, really easy to do. most e-commerce platforms will offer support to you in the process to import your catalog from them to Facebook store, but the easiest ones to deal with it are Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Magento, and OpenCart. Those 5 platforms, they have specific guides available on Facebook to help you with the process. If you're not on any of those platforms, you can always connect, import your product catalog manually from your website to Facebook. There's also step-by-step in the platform on how to do that. And then from there, you can have your content ready to go. And since I mentioned content, and before we go any further, I'd like us to get back on something that sometimes is forgotten when we are planning any kind of social media for sales or any kind of social media efforts. I'd like to talk a bit about content. Sorry, I'm seeing something here on the screen. Everything is all right in the chat, guys? Okay, guess so. Oh, good. Can you hear me all right?
I have a raised hand, but I can hear you. I think, can someone put in the chat that they can hear everything? Okay, please. 2 have raised hands. Okay, I've got 2 new messages. Yes. Like everyone can hear. So
okay, cool. Sorry, I was seeing a message saying that we have a problem with the audio, so I just had to check.
Okay,
great. So getting back on something that to me is really important, and I guess it should be really important to all of us, I'd say that we should focus in creating a content calendar. I will always advocate for developing a content calendar because that's not only a tool that can help your business to organize your digital presence, but it also gives you space and time to focus on your sales and to focus on your relationship with your clients and to focus in other things that are really important to increase your sales. So a content calendar is just a way to plan your content ahead and to organize this to go on the different platforms. So this can be organized in a way that serves your business the most and shared with all the people involved in planning, designing, and execute your social media strategy for your company. I always recommend people to try to produce and schedule at least 2 weeks worth of content for your social media channels or for your digital marketing channels in advance, so you don't need to wake up in the morning and go like, oh my God, what will I post on Instagram today? I have absolutely no idea. So content calendar help us to do exactly that. Okay, so getting back to sales, we are all set. We have all our products ready to go on Facebook, on Instagram, but how do we know if things are really, really working? This is a very fair question, and most people don't realize how to find this answer. Well, sometimes we put a lot of money on Facebook ads and we post content and we post posts and we don't really see our sales increasing, or we don't really see the results. So luckily, this is not a really difficult task, okay? So there are some tools that can help us there. And one of those tools, it's Facebook Pixel. So Facebook Pixel, it's an analytics tool. It's just a piece of code that you grab from Facebook and you put in your website to help you monitoring and understanding the effects of your advertisement. So this piece of code will track your users' activities. So that will help you knowing if a customer saw a post and then they went to the website and if they purchased something or not, or if they click in a specific area of the website, if your website has pages that are not very responsive, and etc., etc. I always recommend you to make sure your pixel is well configured, and you need to ask your develop team to check that for you, or you can copy and paste the code from Facebook to your website directly. Again, Facebook provides an extensive guide with instructions on how to do that. It seems a bit hard when saying, but it's really not that difficult. So it's just a copy and paste, a small process. I'll link that at the end of the presentation. And this is one way to monitor your results. Another way for you to do that is to use Google Analytics. So Google Analytics, oh, sorry. I have one more thing here to say about Facebook Pixel before we go to Google Analytics, is that to say that Facebook Pixel provides a series of events, again, to monitor what your customers are doing in your website. And I'm linking as well a content from Hootsuite that explains this step by step. And now, going back to Google Analytics, we have two tools here that can actually help us getting exactly how many people clicked in a specific URL to go to our website or to go to a specific product. That's a tool. It's called Campaign URL Builder, and it's built together with Google Analytics to help us creating a specific URL tags. Those tags that you can see in the image that is in this slide right now. In this example, I'm using Matrix as the source of the campaign traffic, and FB and EG, meaning Facebook and Instagram, because those are the mediums we are using for this specific campaign. And I need to make it clear that that's what I want the URL to have. So I gave this campaign a specific name as well. And in the other image down below in the slide, you will see the full URL name and the full URL configuration. If you use that link will help you to find and to count down how many people click to that URL in your Google Analytics. In the next slide, you see where you will find this information on Google Analytics. So you go on your homepage and you go in acquisition, campaigns, and all campaigns. And then the first campaign that you can see there is the Shop the Look campaign that I created before on that campaign URL builder. Okay, creating a specific URL for each one of your online campaigns can help you identify the channels in which your campaign works best. And then that will help you to decide in which channel you should invest to organize your paid social and to put your strategy together, okay? So I guess, I hope that all makes sense. And without further ado, I guess that Christmas is the next topic. So now that we know some of the latest trends for the season, and now that we know a bit of what happened with Facebook and with Instagram Shop, let's take a look on how to make sure that we are building the best for our Christmas season. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you haven't started your Christmas campaign yet, we are all late. So according to the Facebook Global Holiday Study, this Christmas season is started even earlier than the previous Christmas season. So the first peak of sales observed in the past 3 years was in the Singles Day. The Singles Day was a initial tradition observed in China, but it has become very, very popular in Europe as well. So in 2016, 15% of the UK consumers said that they started their Christmas shopping in November. In 2018, that number increased to 24%, and this figure is projected to go above 30% in this year. So people are really starting their Christmas shopping super early. I'd say that by investing time and resources early in the season, you'll be able to hone your campaigns for the best results. And when I say Christmas season, I'd like us all to think in the season is starting in the second week of November with the single day, and then we have the Black Friday that is in the end of the week. Then we have the Cyber Monday. Then we have the start of the Christmas deals, the special shipping deals for you that have like big online store. We also need to think about the last minute buyers. And then finally, we end the Christmas season with St. Stephen's Day. One tip that I put in here in regard to our Christmas campaign is that we should try to create that same feeling of the windows view that is so important in Christmas. So these iconic tradition of the shop windows, they are a big, big part of what's Christmas in retail. And because of COVID and because of everything that is happening this year, of course, that will be very, very different. But bringing this to your online shop can help us to bring a bit of this magic both to your website, Facebook, and Instagram accounts. So creating banners to your site, covers to your Facebook page, and a special grid for your Instagram page can help people to connect with your content and bring those that magic from Christmas to life. So I've brought two examples here about that. So the Biscuit View here, this website that I'm showing you now, already put some Christmas sparkle on their website and on their social channels. They have clear options of gifts that are made from the season, and they divided their products on price and category, making the life of shoppers easier while they're navigating their website and their social channels. So also the ad only, it's another good example. At first glance, we can see that there's a specific area of the site that it's only for Christmas gifts. And then they also made it very, very clear that they are offering free shipping. I'd definitely advise you all to try to keep your brand colors, to keep your brand typeface, and to keep everything that is related to your brand strategy very clear on your material and making easier to people navigating social media or navigating your website that that content it's about your brand. Another quick tip here is to make sure that people can reach you very, very quickly. So if you include Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp as an easy way for people to connect to you quickly, and from your web page or from your Facebook page or even from your Instagram, that makes easier for people to connect to you and to send you a message asking about a product or asking about a service, giving you more chances to like finalize a sale. Okay, in one of their most recent updates, Facebook integrated Facebook and Instagram messengers in a single tool. So now either if you are on Facebook or if you are on Instagram, you see messages from both channels, which can make easy for you to concentrate a single person or a single time of the day to answer those messages. Another advice that I would give you is just to make sure that you put in your boots or in your messages a clear time of the day in which you are answering those messages, so your customers know that you are there for them. Okay. And another thing that can help us in the season are Facebook and Instagram ads. Those are ways to invest in specific campaigns that can be tailored to a variety of different goals and that can benefit your shop. Okay, there are loads of demographic options. You can choose in between 9 goals and 14 placements and an infinity of ad formats, going for pictures to videos to GIFs, animated videos, and loads of other options. Creating ads to promote your business, it's a great way for you to reach a broader audience, that it's not only from people that already like your page on Facebook or that follow you on Instagram. Okay. One extra thing that I have to say about Facebook and Instagram ads is that they recently changed their ads platform. So they included 3 special ads categories that are housing, employment, and credit. I don't think it applied for business here from people from the Design and Craft Council of Ireland. But if a business is advertising from one of those 3 categories, several demographics won't be applicable to the ad, and there are some extra rules that those people need to follow just to comply with all the new Facebook rules. Okay. Next, I would advise you guys to offer your customers as many options as you can to make sure that they can securely buy from you at the end, mostly that they can receive their products, even if they are buying in a last minute. Okay, so if you can, you should be catering both for early shoppers and for last minute buyers. And if you can as well, try to offer click and collect, following, of course, all the government guidelines and making sure that everybody's safe. But it's really important to offer those extra options during the Christmas season, and also make sure that you have a committed team to take care of the dispatch of the items and on the go and throughout the whole season, just to offer your customers with the seamless shopping experience. That's what people will remember from shopping with you this year, and they will probably come back next year. So let's do this like the Beatles and put it all together now, okay? We reviewed some very important topics here. So the first thing that I've said is that we need to have a very good content strategy to develop a better online experience. Then we reviewed the importance of having an online omni-channel approach. Then we talked about the most recent updates on Facebook Shop and Instagram Shop. We reviewed the way you can put your shop together and tag your products. We've seen a real example of a shop on Instagram and how that works. We talked about Facebook Pixel. We talked also about URL building and the importance of using this tool to help you monitor your products and to help you monitor your results. And we talked about special offers and free shipping to help shoppers deciding for your store as opposite as any other options. Okay, So just to finalize this part of this webinar, I'd like to leave you guys with some final tips. They're kind of personal, but they are, I consider them very important. So I'd say that you should organize your content to make your content represent your brand. That's the first thing, and that's the most important thing. Then connect your voice to your online presence. Make sure that you have your entire catalog of products from your website on your Facebook, and it's ready to go to tag products on Facebook and on Instagram. Explore all the Facebook and Instagram options to reach a broader audience. Try to invest a bit on Facebook and Instagram ads, on WhatsApp boots, and in automation to make sure that people are contacting you and that you can boost your sales. And that's it. Have a great Christmas season.
Thank you so much. You made that sound very simple. Which it
That's
isn't.
the goal.
Which it isn't. Okay. So I have a number of questions here, but could you explain to us, someone's asked here, can you give a defined meaning of an omni-channel?
An omni-channel approach is an approach in which you go, you see your company as active both online and offline. So you will organize your content and you organize your strategy to offer the same experience both on your physical store and on the phone, and also on message you got from WhatsApp, and also on a Facebook post. That's why I said that it's very important to have a very organized content strategy for you to make sure that if a customer contacts you on the phone or on your bricks and mortar or via message on Instagram, they will have the same experience. That's omni-channel.
Okay, so they had, and I mean that's just so important that they're having the same experience throughout. Okay, we've got a couple of comments here. Okay, there's a person who believes that the Facebook WooCommerce is useless. So if I delete the plugin, is there another option?
Unfortunately, no. The thing is, if you want to have a Instagram shop, you have to have the products on Facebook. Facebook won't allow you to have only one or another. So yes, that's the way the platform works, unfortunately.
Okay, so there isn't, you know, if she deletes it, there's no other way.
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay, that answers that one. Okay, and so you have to have an e-commerce website to have a Facebook, Instagram shop profile, do you?
Yeah, there's another way that it's a bit more challenging. So firstly, you have to have your products somehow on your website. So if you have a link for a product, you don't necessarily need to have an e-commerce platform. But if you sell products on your website and you can provide Facebook with links for those products, then you can set up a Facebook shop manually. But you have to include each product and each link. So that's why having an e-commerce platform makes this easier, because then you can import the whole bunch of products all at once, and then you can have it all together on Facebook. I hope that makes sense.
That's very clear. I think that's very clear. Okay, money.
Yeah.
What are the costs of selling on Facebook and Instagram?
Sorry?
What is the cost of selling?
There's no cost. There's no cost. You just need to integrate your Facebook. You just need to integrate your website catalog with your Facebook business account. And that's it. If you connect those two sources, you're ready to go. There's no cost involved.
Okay, and it has been very effective for craft and design product, or so I'm hearing. That very effective.
Yeah, there's research showing that people in the design and craft industry, well, if you are looking for something that is in design in the craft industry, you go through Instagram because it's a very visual platform. So you will find the best products there anyway, searching for hashtags or searching for store names or regions or areas. So if you give your customer, or if you give people that are looking for gifts on Instagram, your products already tagged in the picture, you're increasing your chances to like finalize that sale, you know, and to have that customer there with you.
Okay, I have this this comment again, and she's just saying that why there are so many bad reviews on WordPress for the Facebook WooCommerce plugin. It doesn't work. Now,
that's a bit specific.
Yeah,
do you know exactly what are the comments?
Yeah, I think maybe we might need to take that one offline afterwards. What do you think? Because I think that's very, very specific, isn't it?
Well, I am experienced mostly with Shopify stores, and I haven't seen much of WooCommerce, but I've connected some stores from WooCommerce with Facebook, and I didn't have any issues. So that might be a case for you to contact your support on your WooCommerce to ask them what's going on, because it can happen with the specific stores that have like products that are not available from the catalog to Facebook. It's a case by case, it's a case to case kind of a scenario here. I would need to have more information about it.
Okay,
to
so
like
maybe later.
Yeah,
maybe later.
Yeah.
You know, that could be an offline one. Alex has given us some thing to remember, which is fair enough, and thank you very much, Alex. That, you know, although there's no cost, right? Just remember, you do have to pay online payments for PayPal. They take a small fee for every transaction. Yeah.
Ah, yes, that's a very important thing.
Just so that people, I mean, I'm sure people do remember that, but just so that they do. Okay, I have one here.
That's also if you have PayPal as a payment option, because you can have other sources. You can have credit and debit card. You can have another sources of payment. So if your store is connected with PayPal, then there's this fee. But it's not related with Facebook. It's another thing.
Exactly. Okay, right. Someone would like you to explain again how to set up an Instagram, Facebook shop. I was rejected from an Instagram shop despite having a Facebook page and an e-commerce page. Do I need to set it up through Facebook first? So could you talk us through that, please?
So yes, the first step is that you need to have a Facebook business account. A Facebook business account is a bit different than only a Facebook page or a Facebook personal account. So what does that mean? It's that you are telling Facebook that you are there to do business. So you have a page with your open hours, with your website, with your business information. From that page, you need to connect your website catalog. All Facebook pages, they have a tab called Shop. And on that tab, you'll be able to follow just step by step by Facebook to integrate your website catalog to Facebook. After finishing this process and making sure that your Instagram page is connected with your Facebook page, you will go to Instagram and you will import the products from Facebook to Instagram. That's the step-by-step, more like detailed. Of course, there's extra details in a Facebook step-by-step. I'll send that to you guys after the webinar, and you can follow that together with my presentation that I'm sure will be available for you all after the webinar.
Okay, I have one here, right? I set up a Facebook business page so I could set up an Instagram shop. I don't use Facebook at all. So is it possible to just lock down the Facebook business page so it's not visible?
No,
No.
you have to have Facebook visible there. That's the thing. Facebook doesn't really gives us a choice to use only Instagram. You have to have something on your Facebook page to connect to the products, and you have to post on your Facebook every now and again just to keep the page active. You can't hide the page and only use Instagram. The platform doesn't allow us to do that.
Okay, another one. Is there any way to communicate with Instagram to query a username? I think I didn't set up properly at the outset, and now I can neither use my preferred username with a new account, nor can I log in.
So you want to change your username? That's correct. That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what she doesn't think that she set it up properly in the first place, and now she can neither use the preferred username with a new account. Does she need to do a new account, or can she log in? Do you know what I mean? She can't do either. She can't use the account and she can't log in.
Okay, so there are some ways for you to recover access to your account. You should be able to try to log in with the current username and click on forgot your and forgot your password, and then you'll be sent an email with your new password. After you check up that point, you'll be able to go on your profile on Instagram, click on edit profile, and then change your username. You can do that only once per month. So if you set up this username, let's say on the 20th of November, you will only be able to change that username on the 20th of December, if that makes sense. And yes, I guess I've answered your question.
I think that's a good answer. It's good and clear. Okay, we have another question here. Okay, can I upgrade my current Facebook page to a Facebook business account?
Yes, if you have a Facebook page, if you have a Facebook profile, then you need to create a Facebook page. So the difference between a profile and a page is that, for instance, a profile doesn't allow you to see how many people saw your posts in a determined part of the day, or it doesn't give you insights about your followers or anything. So yes, if you have a Facebook page, you can just update that page and transform it on a Facebook business page. Otherwise, you need to create a new one.
Okay, there's quite a long and detailed one, Rakky, here.
Is in the Q&A or is in the chat?
It's I'll tell you what, it's in the chat box. Now I can read it for you, but it might be easier if you were to read it yourself. It's near the top. Do you see it? Reface on Instagram. I've never used Facebook until I had a shop added to my website during the summer. The developer
added the plugin for e-commerce and Facebook, which worked for a while, but no longer synchronizes. Okay. So your problem, Anne, it's not with your Facebook page. Your problem is with the e-commerce plugin that doesn't work. That it's not related with the Facebook at all, as far as I can understand from your comment here. I would advise you to take a look on WooCommerce shop and try to find another plugin to connect your products with Facebook. Because as far as I can see here from your comment, your Facebook business page is not the source of the issue, but instead your plugin that's not working right now. So yes, I know Facebook updated the privacy policies and they blocked some old plugins. That might be the case of your plugin. So I would go to WooCommerce and I would try to find in their store some other plugin that do the similar thing, connecting your products from your website to Facebook. I don't think the problem here it's with Facebook. So I wouldn't advise you to delete your Facebook business page, because if the plugin is the issue, then the source of the issue is with WooCommerce. It's not with Facebook.
Okay, Owen's giving us some advice here. He's saying there's a problem with WooCommerce and Facebook. The Facebook WooCommerce plugin does not handle image variations well. Okay, so that's very useful. Rakky, can you please put your email into the chat, because what we're going to do you remember I was saying to everyone earlier at the top of the webinar that the Design Crafts Council is going to run what we're calling an e-commerce bootcamp to deal with all aspects that you're all facing at the moment, and there's going to be something in it for everyone, as I said, at various levels of development. And I haven't told you explicitly yet, but very informed people like you will be key. So
thank you.
It would be really good, you know, if we could gather those sort of questions in one spot with you. And that's not saying everybody that we totally inundate with questions, but it would be a good start anyway. So I think we've nearly captured everything. Oh no, there was one I was saving to the end because I was kind of clustering topics here. And if anyone has a quick one before we go, just please put it in the chat or the Q&A. Okay, right. This has been my experience. If you have an Etsy shop, Instagram won't approve your shop, but Facebook will. Instagram asks that you're the owner of the domain in order to approve it. Is this correct, or is there another way around the situation?
Yes, this is correct. So to prove that you are the owner of the domain, you will need to give Instagram and also Facebook some proof that the domain is registered under your name. A way for you to do that is to connect Facebook Pixel to your website. So if you have your Facebook and your Instagram page connected, and if you create a Facebook Pixel, then you won't be seeing this question from Instagram anymore, because they already know that you are the owner of the domain. Also, if the question still pops up, they will give you a step-by-step on how to prove that domain it's under your name. So that most of the times comes in the form of a piece of code that you need to copy from the chat or from Instagram and to paste on your backend from your website. You can ask a developer to do that for you. You just send them the code, or you can do it yourself if you have access to the backend part of your website. Is that clear?
I think that's really clear, really clear. I'm just scanning here to see if we've any other questions. I was quite cheeky during the webinar. When I spotted your image for Edge Only, I messaged her. So she says, thank you very much for the coverage and the plug. And I'd really like to thank you. I thought today was really informative, full of material. So what I would be saying to everyone is, can they go back over it? If you know, and look at the hints again. It's all really important. And we will be running that e-commerce bootcamp. If you want to tease out anything else, please do send on an email. And I also have one from Carmel that she says that login is not recognizing her. So I think maybe we take that one offline. So with that, I'd really like to thank you. Rakky, I cannot thank you enough for the wonderful information and for our huge number of people that we had with us today. Just shows how topical it is. And I think with that, we will sign off. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining us. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye.